Well, what's up, investors? It's Chrissy here with Wellspring Property Management, bringing you another legal update on AB 2801. Now, what the heck is AB 2801? It has to do with security deposits, how much you can charge, who can charge it, why they can charge it, and what they can do with it. So there are 3 dates that we need to be aware of on AB 2801. Before we get to that, let's talk about who this impacts. California has delineated the difference between small landlords and large landlords. This law particularly affects larger landlords, not the smaller landlords. So, how do you know if you're a small landlord or a large landlord? A small landlord is somebody who owns no more than 2 residential properties, including no more than 4 rentable units. For example, if you own 2 duplexes, you are a small landlord. If you own a duplex and a triplex, that's 5 units, you're a large landlord. If you own a 4-plex and a single family, you are a large landlord. If you own a 4-plex and a duplex, you're a large landlord. So kind of easy to figure those ones out. Now, you also must hold title as a natural person, an LLC, or in a family trust. Now, there are some little weeble wobblies in there, and if you have any questions on that, feel free to contact me and we can kind of walk through it, or contact your trusted professional on that as well. Now, I do want to say there are no exceptions to the security deposit law for furnished units or for active duty military. So if you have a furnished unit or active duty military, it's 1 month's rent, large landlords only, 1 month's rent no matter what. Chrissy, what if they have pets? It doesn't matter, only 1 month's rent. Chrissy, what if they have bad credit? Doesn't matter, 1 month's rent only. So as of July 1st, 2024, a larger landlord can only charge 1 month's rent for a new tenant to move in. Now, there's no such thing as non-refundable security deposits. I have heard a few people saying, well, I will just charge them this fee, whatever fee you want to call it. You can't do that in California. Nothing is non-refundable as a deposit. If it's a deposit, that person has the right to get it back, providing they follow the lease and the move out instructions that you give them. All right, now the security deposit must only be used to make the landlord whole monetarily. Let's say if rent is not paid, water or trash, if the tenant was supposed to pay that and they didn't, and it's in the lease, always has to be in the lease, or to return the property back to the condition it was that the tenant received it in. So like cleanliness, any damages, those types of things. So the security deposit can only be used to do those things. It cannot be used to update or upgrade or any type of improvements on the property, right? We all know that, but it's written in the law now. So like you can't paint the new house on the tenant's dime, you can't do new floorings, you can't get a new stove if the stove was like 50 years old and whatever. So only for making you whole again as a landlord. Now, as of April 1st, 2025, which happens to be the day that we are filming this, landlords must take photos after a tenant moves out prior to repairs. So you can show any of the items that are going to be done that the security deposit is going to pay for. And then once you do all of that, you have to take photos after those repairs are completed to prove that you actually did do the repairs that you said you were going to do and you charged the tenant for. And then effective July 1st, 2025, a landlord is required to take photos before a tenant moves in, which this is just normal standard operating procedure, best practices as a landlord, as an investor, to always be able to document your property and make sure people are being held accountable for the damages they did, or if a landlord is not such a great landlord, then be held liable to payments that the tenant is owed for the landlord holding that they shouldn't have been holding, right? All right, so that's a brief description of the 3 dates for AB 2801. And this does not change the fact that landlords must return the security deposit within 21 days after move out. That's still the same. Tenants must have an itemized statement after move out and must have itemized invoices with vendors after move out as well. Now, there are some exceptions to all of this law. If you have any questions on those, contact me. We'd be happy to help and walk you through those exemptions, but they're kind of willy-nilly and kind of like one-off things. So once again, I'm Chrissy with Wellspring Property Management. If we can be of service to you with anything else, give us a call. We'd be happy to help. Have a great day.